Hey, what's going on, family? How you doing? This is your man, the Professor Positivity, Dr. John Gray. I am back. I was on previously, and once again, I'm hitting the wrong button again. But guess what? You know what? In this day and age of tech and the things that could go wrong or what happened, oh well, we just keep on keeping on. We keep on keeping on. By the way, which is one of the titles of one of the books that one of our authors is doing through our publishing company. I want to give my this is flowers time, y'all. This is flowers time. If you're down with flowers time, where I love giving people their flowers. I love recognizing people for the things they're doing. I love shouting people out because guess what? You know, we often have a hard time giving people their props. And there's a lot of reasons for that, and that's a whole other podcast. I ain't gonna get into that right now, but trust me, I will. I'll get into the power and purpose of jealousy and envy one day, and you're gonna enjoy that one. But I personally like to shout people out because I think it encourages them because we're social creatures and we need that encouragement. So if you're all about shout outs, if you're all about shouting people out, here's what I need you to do. Just throw those hearts up for me. Do you see what I'm doing right there? I'm throwing those hearts up. If you're all about shouting people out, throw those hearts up. That's what I'm talking about. Because we all need that encouragement. Anybody that think they can just walk this life alone and then I'm on an island by myself, guess what? Then you're a miserable something. Because we are all meant to be connected. We're social creatures. God meant for us to connect. So with that, I want to get into the flowers. First and foremost, I said the term keep on keeping on. And that is the title of a book that's going to be coming out by one of our authors. I just want to give her a hand, Bernice Johnson. I want to give a hand to all the authors who are graduating from the academy that my wife does. Write Your Right Book Right Now. And they're about to graduate. We're going to be on live with their graduation session, and I'm looking forward to that. We have Anthony Corbin, we have Clay Baber, and they will be graduating, and their books will be published. They started the process with her with no manuscript, no idea. In 12 weeks' time, one book is already published, and two more are being published as we speak. Sometimes you just got to be bold, y'all. You got to be bold. I was on the treadmill today and I was listening to Les Brown, and Les Brown said, it's not information, it's action. It's not information, it's action. Because guess what? All the information is out there. You can go on Google, you can go on YouTube, you can learn anything you want on YouTube University. You can go to Udemy, you can go wherever you want to learn. And I mean, you can go look up Google Scholar. Anything you want is at our fingertips. So guess what? If that was the case, and it was just about information, then everybody would be healthy and wealthy and living the good life. So why aren't we? Why aren't more people chasing their dreams if it was just about information? You know why? Because it's about action as well. It's about bold action, taking action. The universe loves speed. The universe, as John Tallarico says, my coach, the universe loves speed. And guess what? It's all on you. What are you prepared to do to take bold actions on the things you want? Stop waiting for the cavalry to come. Take bold action. Because you know what momentum does? Momentum breeds momentum. Momentum builds upon itself. That's even science. It builds upon itself. For example, the grind work is pushing the boulder up the hill. That's the grind work. That's the behind the scenes work. That's that hard work that people don't see. But once you get that boulder to the top of the mountain and push it over, the other side, it'll roll down by itself with no help from you. That's what momentum is. So momentum begets momentum. But there's no momentum if the action that's taken first doesn't happen, which is pushing the boulder up the hill. So my question to you is, what do you want? What do you want? Don't wait till New Year's or don't wait till December 31st where everybody's around sipping eggnog, making all these empty promises to themselves. And do you realize that the gym membership industry It increases by 300 and something percent around New Year's. And most of those people stop going after the first 3 weeks. Take bold action today. Make a concrete decision. Say to yourself, I'm going to do this. Now, with that being said, I want to shout out my brother from Canada, Dr. Nelson Beltajar, my brother from another mother. He decided to take bold action, and he is the visionary author of a book called Relentless. I'm get to Fearless in a minute. A book about being fearless. Now, he was diagnosed with cancer. They said he was going to die. He beat that. Then they said, okay, you beat the cancer, but you're never going to walk again. He beat that and did a video getting out the wheelchair and jogging up the street. Relentless. That's what I'm talking about. So Dr. Nelson Beltajar is the visionary author, and Honest Expressions will be publishing his anthology, which will be coming to you soon. And the next flowers I want to give is to my two wonderful sisters. First of all, you know, I love my Pelly, my Samoan soul sister from Columbia, South Carolina. And along with entrepreneur Sonia Howe Barrow, who was in our last anthology, More Than a Conqueror. They have decided to collaborate. These two military veterans, these two women who have been through the fire and they've come through the other side to talk about it. They're writing a book together called Fearless Women. Fearless Women. And when I tell you these two are fearless, they are fearless. So I shout them out. I big up them because guess what? Putting your name out there in print is no easy thing. I was scared to death. It took me 10 years to write my first book. My wife was convincing me for 10 years to write my story. And because of my insecurity, because I was scared to go there, because I was saying, oh my God, I'm now here I am. I ain't scared to speak in front of anybody, but one thing about that book is different because that book's going to live on. That book is going to be here after you're gone. That book is down and gritty. And, sometimes, you go to those places to help somebody. Sometimes you got to go to those places to help somebody. Paul said, I became all things to help all people. And sometimes you gotta go back to some things that you came through that was not pretty in order to let somebody know it's going to be all right. You got to revisit some things. But praise be to God, when you come out on the other side as a victor, you are now a tangible possibility for somebody else. But it starts by taking bold action. Be bold over your life. Now, I told you it took me 10 years to write a book. I think I'm on book number 4, number 5 now coming up because I got another one coming. It's on the way. Yes. Listen, once you get me started, I'm a go. Listen, once I taste momentum, once I taste success, I like the appetite that I had for it. It fits my palate. Achievement fits me well. I love it. I love doing things. I love creating things that's going to make a difference in the world. I love that feeling that God allowed me to put my hands to something that's going to be a blessing to somebody else. When I read the letters that these EOF students from wherever I speak at, when they write the letter back about how they felt about my book and my journey, me being an EOF student at one point in time, first generation student, I mean, it really does something to me because I'm like, wow, I'm blessing somebody's life through my life. That doesn't happen unless you take bold action. So take bold action. Lastly, I want to give a big up to my wife because she said to me one day, she said, you know what? And I had my plate full. I mean, I was juggling this. I'm grading papers. I'm teaching classes. I'm lecturing here and there. And she said, I have this idea to do a book of letters called Love and Legacy. I said, that could work. And then I said, heartfelt expressions to the ones we love. I said, let's go. So I want to show you what I want to show you what that looks like. I want to show you. First of all, I want to show you the book cover, and I'm tell you why I'm gonna show you the book cover. I'm gonna tell you why. We took a concept. We took a concept and made it reality. In other words, to keep it real, some people talk about it, some people be about it. One thing my brother and I always says to me, he said, John, you know, I like to just do. I don't like to talk, all that talking, I just like to do. And what was in my wife's head as an idea, and by the way, where it says Dr. John Gray, that's going to be changed to Doctors John and Angie Gray, by the way. This is a template. Because this is a collaborative effort between my wife and I. Because it's very personal for both of us. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. And hopefully it'll be personal to you as you join us in this endeavor. This is our first hardback project. This is going to be a coffee table book that you can give to somebody when you say thank you to them. So this is what we want to do. We want to make sure that we give you an ample opportunity. I believe my wife is going to put the name of the jot form in the comments. I believe she's going to put a jot form in the comments. And here's why I say this is personal. Let me close out on that screen. I said in this book, I'm going to do 2 letters. I'm going to write one to this lady who I love with all my heart, Angie. And I said I'm going to write one to my mother who passed away in 1976, Catherine Lee Gray. And my wife said, yeah, I'm going to write a letter too. I'm going to write to him. So I'm going to write one to you, and I'm going to write one to my father. And we lost Dad last year around Thanksgiving this time last year. So I want to show you what the book is going to look like. You saw the book cover. So now I'm going to show you what the book itself is going to look like inside. This is the picture in the photo. That is actually at our wedding. And it says, "Oh, to dance with my father again," in memoriam of Avant Robinson Sr. That's my wife and her father doing the daddy-daughter dance at our wedding 13 years ago. Going on 14 now. And that picture encapsulates them and their relationship and how she felt about her dad. My wife is a daddy's girl. Through and through. She's a daddy's girl. And I get it and understand it. And this is her way of making sure she memorializes and remembers and can pass this book down to the family about how she felt about her father. Secondly, this is what the other one will look like. The letter aspect. There'll be a picture next to it, and then there will be a letter. And a letter can be up to 500 words. And this is what the letter looks like. And this is my wife's letter that she's going to use this one, probably going to add a little to it, maybe tweak the fonts, but that's what it's going to look like. So this is a letter. This is a book of personal letters, heartfelt expressions to those you love. And guess what? Guess what, family? You get a chance of getting this book for $50. $50 to upload have your picture uploaded, and I believe in the comments there's I believe my wife put in the comments the jot form. There it is. I'll show it again. There you go, right there in the comments. One of the cool things, I was talking to one of the authors of one of our books, the one I just mentioned earlier today, Bernice Johnson, and she said, "I want to do a letter to my 2 sons." And I said, "That's cool." And she said, I said, "Well, what pictures do you have? Do you have a picture of them so maybe I can have them cropped together?" She said, "Well, I do have this one picture of them together because she said one was 21 at the time and the youngest is 3. I said, "Oh, Bernice, you got to use that picture." How cool is that for Big Brother to be saying, "Oh, look at me hold my baby brother," and then now that they're older, the baby's going to say, "Oh, my big brother was holding me." I said, that's the picture right there. That's the one you use. That's what this book is about. Laying down memories, foundational memories that you'll never forget. That when we're going on, people can talk about you and remember these moments. We are in the moment making business. So therefore, I implore you to jump on board with this project, and you will not be disappointed. You won't be disappointed, but you got to take bold action. And it could be with this, it could be with your weight loss, it could be with your relationships. Everything you want, it has to take bold action. It needs bold action to get it going. My favorite quote by Alexander the Great: fortune favors the bold. Fortune favors the bold. So I just want to thank you guys for rolling with me. Power Talk, my podcast is coming back, and I'm going to change the venue time. I'm going to do a midday. I'm going to do a midday, 1 o'clock on Wednesdays. So I'll be getting my interviewees ready for those people I'm interviewing, so we can talk, because I always talk about all about empowerment and purpose. It's all about empowerment and purpose with me. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to be talking about empowerment and purpose, and so I'll be getting that ready for those who are interested in being on a talk show and being interviewed. And please know this: I'm not going to send you a list of rote questions that I'm going to ask you. We're going to have a conversation, and you're going to have to trust me on that one. And anybody knows me, they know that I just like to flow with the spirit of a conversation. I can't stand those scripted talk shows. Oh my goodness. I had one interview and it was just like, answer these questions. And I was like, really? I could have mailed these in. Seriously? So my thing is, I want to have a conversation with you. I want to have those pivot moments where we really talk about how we feel, while we get down. Oh, thank you, Sue. Said my podcast is always phenomenal. So that's what I want to do. So Power Talk with Dr. John Gray is coming back. It'll be next Wednesday at 1 p.m. So we're at the Wednesday 1 o'clock hour. It could be your lunch break, catch the replay later. But I'm really looking at interviewing some phenomenal people who are experts in their field, that can talk about financial empowerment, that can talk about physical empowerment. I want to interview Udell Wiggins, my brother, my Power Voice brother. This brother, he transformed his body in 1 year. He looks like a totally different individual. This dude looks like he's about to be in a bodybuilding contest. And I want to interview him to talk about transformational power and what that journey looked like, so it can inspire me, inspire other people, so we can talk about spiritual empowerment. It's all about empowerment and purpose. Real talk about empowerment and purpose in all areas. So I leave it very vague, because empowerment and purpose can include all kinds of empowerment. So with that being said, thank you all for always rolling with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate the feedback I get when you say, Dr. John, I really love the words that you spoke and it inspired me. I appreciate that. I just want to let you know that. And also, I just want to just shout out that my wife will be coming, and sweetheart, put the date of your start date for your new cohort. My wife is beginning a new cohort, a new 12-week cohort for the right book right now. You start with a concept, you end up with a published book, an ebook and a paperback book. And we will get you the bestseller status. Trust me and believe me, is what we do. Is what we do at Honest Expressions. January 7th. Put that across on screen, sweetheart, so everybody can see it. January 7th, 2023. That's a Saturday. They meet 4 to 6 on Saturday for 12 weeks. In those 12 weeks, they go just like that. Okay, I guess I do it. There you go. Boom. January 27th, 2023. All right. That's the new cohort. And I guarantee you, if you have a book in you, she will bring it out of you. And listen, You know, a lot of people brag on their spouses because they think they have to. I brag on my spouse because I just know it's the truth. When it comes, listen, when people operate in their gifts, you give them props. And my wife's writing skills. Listen, don't take my word for it. Talk to some of the people she's worked with. Ask them. Ask Sonia Howe Barrow. Ask Pelly Hunkin. Ask Bernice Johnson. Ask them. Ask the author who was in Power Talk 1 and Power Talk 2 and in More Than a Conqueror. Ask them. They'll tell you. She will get you there. It's what she does. She's a gifted writer. That's her gift. Her ability and her ability to leave your voice there as she helps you navigate through. You don't lose your voice. Your book sounds like you. It's almost like you'll be watching a movie of yourself, saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm starring in my own movie." It'll take you all out of your head. So, blessings to you guys. And I just want to just say, I'm looking forward to all the projects we got going on. And invariably, somebody's going to say, "Oh, people doing too much." Well, I'd rather be doing too much than not doing a thing at all. And guess what? We just getting started, y'all. Power Talk Nation is just getting started. Honest Expressions Nation is just getting started. Because guess what else I'm starting? I'm starting my speaking academy. My speaking academy, the art and business of speaking. The art and business of speaking. So you add that to your list of things. If you want to become a motivational speaker, if you are interested in sharing your story with the world, but you just don't know how to really go about doing it, or you're scared, or you haven't really had the chance to hone your craft, that's why I'm here. I'm going to help you hone your craft. And my academy is going to be called PowerTalk, the art and business of speaking. Because not only am I going to show you how to do the public speaking, I'm going to show you how to also be able to monetize it and how you get speaking gigs. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, listen, I'm not throwing shade. I'm really not. I'm not throwing shade because I don't get down like that. But when people advertise and say, "Become $1 million speaker," I can show you today how to be $1 million speaker. What I'm going to tell you is I'm going to show you how to be a speaker. I'm going to show you how to go about the business of getting big gigs. And then the rest is up to your work ethic and your tenacity. I'm going to be straight up honest with you. Be $1 million speaker. Write your $1 million book. Okay. All right. Whatever. Okay. Somebody can write a book and then go home and sit on their couch. They're going to expect $1 million to just come to their couch. You got to go grind. You got to put work in. When you knock on the door of opportunity, you know what happens? Hard work. Hard work answers the door and say, "How can I help you?" That's who answers the door. Luck is when hard work meets opportunity. I remember Raymond Berry, the former football player for the Colts and the coach for the Colts. He said, "Luck is when hard work meets opportunity." And that's what I put in my yearbook when I graduated. That's my quote. Luck is when hard work meets opportunity. Who's ready to work? Who's ready to be bold? Who's ready to take action? So if you're ready to write your book, and you see this on a replay, you might not even be on here now. But guess what? I guarantee you, somebody's gonna see this. If you're ready to write the right book right now, put in the comments and let me know. Say, "I'm ready to write my book." If you are ready to go out there and tell your story, know how to fine-tune your story. Matter of fact, let me tell you how deep this gets. I'm gonna throw this at you, and then I'm gonna leave it there because I'm gonna give you a little tidbit into some of the things we're gonna be talking about. Even voice inflection. Do you realize that after a certain amount of feet, your voice drops off, and it's not gradual? It's not a gradual drop off. After a certain amount of feet, your voice just drops. it drops. So depending on you, which venue you're speaking in and how large it is, if you don't inflect your voice properly, the people in the back have no idea what you're talking about. And you can be speaking in the microphone and they still, if you don't master voice inflection. Second thing, some people just go up in there and just regurgitate their pain on the audience and just leave them sitting there shell-shocked. You can scream your purpose to the world, but you're not supposed to scream your pain to an audience and just leave them sitting there without showing them how to get through that. That's all about speaking as well. So I'm here to show you to do that because speaking is my gift. People are always afraid to talk about what they do well. I guarantee you, if you tell somebody, I'm going to give you $100 for everything that you think is wrong with you, they'll get a lot of money because they'll say, I got this fault, that fault, this fault, that fault. I don't like this about me. I don't like this about me. They'll walk away with $2,000 in 30 seconds. But you say, I'm going to give you $100 for everything that you are awesome at. And you have 30 seconds to tell me. They may walk away with a couple $100. Then because you know why? Because we said, oh, I got to think about that for a second. You don't got to think about the things that you don't like about yourself. It comes natural to you. You can just spit that out. But what are you awesome at? And the thing that you're awesome at and passionate about is the thing you should be doing with boldness. That's what you need to be doing. The thing you are good at and passionate about. Sprinkle some boldness into the mix. You're going to be successful. You're going to be successful because your passion is going to make you get up and grind on those days you don't feel like it. When things that will make other people quit occur, it's going to make you keep going. That's what passion does. So when you sprinkle passion and purpose and you put together that boldness and that work ethic and that resilience, ain't no stopping you. There's no stopping you, but you got to be bold. So like I said about Dr. Angie, if you're ready to say, I'm ready to write that book that's in me, let us know in the comments. DM me or DM her on Facebook, whatever. Let us know. If you're ready to speak your story to the world and say, Dr. John, I'm ready to learn how to be a speaker and I'm ready to learn the business of speaking. Because there's some people who go through these programs, right, where they promise they're going to be $1 million speakers. And they come out these programs after a weekend. And next you know, they tell the world, oh, I'm charging $35,000 and don't nobody even know who you are. I'm just being real. Do you realize how many times I've spoken for free and I still do? I still do. There are some things that I do for free. And it's strategic and it's very tactical as to why I do it. It's purposeful. So yes, I still do free gigs, and I'll explain that. I'll explain that to you. But you can't take somebody just for somebody else's name and who they tell you that they are connected to. You can't take some 2-week course or some weekend seminar retreat and then say, oh, now I'm going to start charging $35,000 because I'm now a master storyteller, I'm a master speaker, or I'm the master of the mic, whatever you choose. You can't. And that's not shade, that's just truth. It's called truth in advertising. Now, I'm just being honest. So I'm not going to tell you, I mean, this might be what you want to hear, but I'm not going to tell you that, oh, I'm going to turn you into $1 million master storyteller. I might as well just put the disclaimer right there out now and say that may or may not be possible. I'm like, guys, there's an integrity that we got to roll with, and I'm just not that. I'm not that dude. I'm not going to do that. Dr. Angie ain't going to tell you, oh, you're going to write this book and it's going to be $1 million. We can't tell you that. That's false advertising. And actually, it's kind of, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave that alone because then somebody's going to think I'm throwing shade, and I'm not. I'm just trying to tell y'all where I'm coming from. where I'm coming from. Somebody who's been speaking for well over 20 years, close to 30. Somebody who has been trained in this, that speaking is my passion, speaking is my life. My wife always tell me I can roll out of bed and give a presentation. And the funny part is, I had a friend of mine years ago who told me that we drove to Hershey, Pennsylvania to speak at the Pennsylvania NAACP brunch. We drove overnight, like 6 hours. Not Hershey, I'm sorry. It was Pittsburgh. Been to Pittsburgh. Philly to Pittsburgh. And didn't get a whole lot of sleep because we was up talking all night, Next bleary-eyed, and all of a sudden, okay, time to go. Time to work. Time to go to work. And he said, "You one of them dudes that can just roll out of bed and just give a speech." Yeah, I am. Because when you're operating in your gift, sometimes you make it look easy and people think it is easy. But there's a whole lot of oops moments that I had too. I wish to goodness I can play my first trial sermon for you. You'll be like, who is that? My voice is so high, you'd have thought it was Michael Jackson or something. I was scared to death. I was scared. And I still get butterflies when I speak. But I'm just telling you, there's a maturation process when you hone your craft. And honing your craft breeds confidence. And confidence sets the stage for everything else. And that's where my program comes in. PowerTalk, the art and business of speaking. So with that being said, my wife said, she said, yes, indeed, you can roll out of bed and speak at a moment's notice. Listen, because at the end of the day, and my wife said, listen, I can get you ready, but you got to make it happen. It's all about taking bold action, y'all. And I need you to do me a favor. I need you to share this with somebody. I want you to share this with somebody, not because of, oh my goodness, there's a sales pitch involved and all that. I want you to share this with somebody just for the simple message that I put in my description. Be bold. Be bold. Fortune favors the bold. Who do you know that's been successful that has not taken bold action to become successful? Who? Tell me who. I'll wait. Not long, because you can't give me an answer. Every person of success, every person of achievement, they've been bold, fearless, and relentless. They've been bold, fearless, and relentless. So take bold action. Do it today. So share this with somebody. Somebody needs to know. Do it today. Take bold action. Because one thing I do know is that if we want to do something bad enough, we will. If we won't, either we'll find a way or we'll find an excuse. Either or. But either way, we'll find something. God bless you. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May He cause His face to shine upon you and grant you His peace. Take care. I hope that we get a chance. I'm going to put the jot form up here for the book one more time. Oh, thank you, sweetie. My sweetie said she's proud of me. The art and business of speaking. Yes, thank you so much, sweetie. I'm proud of you because what you're doing with the clients, oh my goodness, it's fascinating. So that's the form. It's in the comment section. That's the form for the letters of love and legacy. And I am throwing up a bunch of hearts for all the things that Honest Expressions got going on. I'm throwing up hearts for Dr. Nelson Belteshaw. I'm throwing up hearts for Pelly Hunkin. I'm throwing up hearts for Sonia Halbaro. I'm throwing up hearts for Anthony Corbin. I'm throwing up hearts for Bernice Johnson. I'm throwing up hearts for Clay Baber. I'm throwing up hearts for every person who decided to take bold action. Take care. Be bold. And remember, it takes a little more to be a champion.